And we're back. I'm trying to make Robert cram in as much as possible. Obviously, we're still missing the Philippines, but that one it's gonna take a lot of energy.
Yeah.
We don't have it right now, so we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of our last 2 weeks. So let's begin. Okay, so I'll start then. We were only in Saudi for a little bit. I think I did one about being in Saudi and what we did, and then we're heading to Spain. So this is us heading to Spain. We left on the 3rd of July. No, we didn't. Yes, we did.
Yep.
And we were in Madrid. When we got there, it was a freaking monsoon, but we were starved, and it was like 10:30.
We had fun running through the rain.
We did. We ran. I was like, rain! I was so excited. I was looking at the sky every time it lightning, and I was like, do the roar, thunder. And we got some snacks, some like random snacks actually from the grocery store. Ate in the hotel.
Like peaches, ham,
goiza,
weird French bread pizza that did not work.
Not great, not good. Like dumplings that I was like, we didn't know
the dumplings
they were
good.
The dumplings were good. They were delicious. And then passed out because we were very tired.
And we had to get an early 4-hour train.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot we took a train.
Yeah.
We took
a nice train
to Santander where we. I don't remember anything. You have to tell now. I don't remember what we did.
We got there at like noon, and we couldn't check in to our. We stayed in a hostel.
We left our stuff in the hostel and went for a walk. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And walked all around.
Like just one area. We went and had lunch at the Asian place, the Japanese ramen place.
Yeah, I was starved. And then I fell asleep on a bench because I was really, really
mouth
tired.
Wide open. You'll see the picture.
I don't know. You'll see the picture. I was
flycatcher. And then
I was deceased. And
Dan and Arnaud got in.
And then we went.
And then we
saw
walked.
Everything
Yeah, and then we walked like
forever.
The
actually,
length of the harbor up to the palace.
We got to see otters and we got to
penguins.
see. Oh no, that's what it was. Penguins and seals.
Yeah.
I stared at a seal for sea lion.
No, there were seals.
I don't remember.
They were seals.
Seals. No.
Yeah, they were seals.
I don't remember. But they were really cute. And so we watched them. Then we walked around the castle. Beautiful hydrangeas. I mean, just stunning.
Yeah.
And
cool lighthouse.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was like being totally annoying because I had been there 16 years ago, we found out. That's a long time ago. Now I feel old.
Yeah, you should. That's a dumb amount of time.
And because I like did that program during the summer when I was in high school in Santander. And there was this ice cream place that I remember just being like some of the best ice cream.
Two things
ever.
he remembered from his trip in Spain before was ice cream and milk.
Yes, the milk. Yeah, ice cream and milk. We'll get to the milk later. The ice cream is this place called Regma, and I was like, I gotta find me the Regma. And I knew that there was like the OG one, certain place, but I was like, I remember they're everywhere. So we found
a
one,
Regma.
and I got the chocolate ice cream, and it's so good. Ellie had it; she can attest.
Chocolate, delicious.
So good.
Arnaud got vanilla and whiskey. Dan got cheese
flavored ice cream.
And it really did, true as shit, just tasted like cheese.
That's not an ice cream flavor, Dan.
No.
I'm sorry.
As if Dan's watching this.
And then, so then we like walked all around. And
I was
then
very tired again.
Met up with Sarah and Aitor at this really cool.
It was like their friend's restaurant.
Yeah, it was one of their friends' restaurants. And so we met up there. And the girl is a what's the wine taster person called?
What is it called? Doesn't matter. She's a wine taster.
Yeah, she's like good with wines. We don't. I mean, you can tell we don't really drink wines. So we don't know.
What is it called?
And it's what everyone tells you should be.
A sommelier.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the word.
And so she like brought us some really good wine.
Like 3 different types.
But she didn't realize that that I was Sarah's cousin.
And then Sarah came and she was like, "Those are my cousins," and they were like, "What?"
Well, that was the table that they had like kind of asked for.
Because Sarah had said, "I'm like bringing my cousin and his wife and their friends. Like, can you save us a seat?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll save you the one by the door." But when we came in, we were like, "All right, we're a party of 6. Like, we'll take the only big table left." So we just kind of sat down. And Robert was like, "Is it okay?" And they were like, "Yeah."
And then
surprise!
and then it ended up being us. So then Sarah and Artur got there, hugs all around, and Ellie B they asked like what living in Saudi was like, and Ellie B, we won't tell the story on this, but those of you who know, you know. the story of my Irish friend and the dead body.
So you know.
Yeah, that's like the greatest answer now, I think, to when anyone asks, "Oh, what's it like living there?"
Let me tell you.
Story.
Well, let me tell you.
And
it was funny because they were like, "What do you eat?" And I told them what I ate, and they're like, "Oh, so you don't eat fish?" And I was like, "Not really."
So nothing on the menu.
And they're like, "So nothing on this menu?" And I was like, "Guess not."
But I had never really liked anchovies because I think like in the U.S. like anchovies get a bad rap. Yeah. Probably because like you're not really getting super fresh anchovies.
Also, who the hell wants to like eat a small fish?
But they had this dish that it was an anchovy on literally a half stick of butter on top of a sabao cake bread, which is like it's like the equivalent of like a pound cake,
but like like a cornbread.
No, but it was
sweet.
But it was sweet. It wasn't a cornbread. It's like a pound cake, and so they put it on that, and it was
Arnaud
like,
and Dan
slap your mama good.
Arnaud and Dan love anchovies, and so they ordered some, and Arnaud was crying. Like he legitimately,
cried.
He's like this 6'7" human, like giddy and like giggling, and he's like, "They're just so good. Can we have some more?"
Yeah, and so then we all hung out, and then they went back up to is it Pasiego? Yeah.
Wherever that
and then we got some rest because then I had the itinerary was going to be taking us up to the Picos de Europa, which are like I would say even like the Spanish equivalent, like Spanish Alps or something. They're like, but they're not part of the Alps. They're just like a random standalone mountain range.
It's pretty
incredible mountains. I would say the Picos are like one of the most underrated mountainous region in Europe.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's like cute little towns, almost like Scotland, but with mountains in between them instead of like hills and lakes.
Yeah, and so we went. The idea was we were going to go like take this cable car up, and then go hike around.
And we had a picnic.
Yeah, but there were too many clouds, so we kind of got a little sidetracked. What did we do?
We went to a town that was actually having a race.
No, that was after.
That was because we couldn't go up on the
cable car. So then I asked the lady
what else to do.
We had a little picnic at the bottom of the cable car, which is still beautiful. And then I asked the lady like, what are we to go do? And she said she gave us this hike to go do. And so we went to go to this tiny little village, and they were having this 10K race, kind of like the Bear. So I have it on my calendar. I put it repeatedly in my calendar for the next 10 years because at some point I'm going to go do it. Like I want to do it, but I don't want to forget about it. I just need to wait till like I have no more ailments or whatever. Probably when we're not living in Saudi. And so we like did this nice little hike. And then we drove down the road, and there was a really nice monastery.
I forgot about the monastery.
Yeah.
We did a nice little hike that was only uphill. And I was like, I've died because I'm not supposed to be doing this.
It was nice though. It was in the woods, and that's what I like.
I do like the woods.
And so then we came back and went back into the town where we were staying, the Airbnb, or not Airbnb, it was like another hostel thing, but it was really cool because it's like this whole medieval village. For anyone who's watching, if you are going to Spain, please try to avoid staying in an Airbnb because they are like the number one reason for the housing crisis right now in Spain. So just plug. And we had a really nice dinner at this like random place and kind of walked around, and then we woke up early, or me, Dan, Arnaud woke up early. Elby was exhausted.
Yeah, everything hurt from that like straight uphill hike for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I love a cable car as much as the next girl. However, I think you boys will have fun because Arnaud was really excited. He loves the cable car.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to take it away from him, so y'all go enjoy the cable car. I'm gonna stay here and write and sleep and take a good shower. Like I'm not dying to see the cable car. You know, like it's probably the same view but just higher up.
Yeah. So we went, and it was amazing because there was like a little cloud cover, but the cable car went up into the clouds, and then we went over the clouds, and when we got over, it was perfectly sunny, and you could see all the peaks. So we walked around a little bit, hung out, and took some pictures. Dan took a little tumble, but he's fine. He just hurt his hands a little bit, but he's fine. And then we came down, and what did we do?
You met me for lunch.
Yeah, we met LEB for lunch, and then we just got in the car and drove up to Sarah's cheese shop because they were having this like picnic thing.
They were grilling meat.
I can't remember if it was with an Argentinian friend or a Venezuelan friend.
I think it was Argentinian.
Argentinian, yeah. And so they were doing like a cookout, and they were cooking goat over the fire. So we got there a little late because there was like some construction going on in the mountains. We got there, saw the cheese shop. Sarah had me do a little prank, which I'm not really sure if I would consider it a prank, but she loved it and her friends loved it and thought it was a great prank of me just walking out and playing the banjo and everyone being like, what the hell is going on right now? And there's a guy walking around with a banjo.
I'll put the video in. It's really funny because they obviously have never seen a banjo, so they're like, one of the girls gets really excited and starts like clapping, and then she realized it's like he's still playing. I know, sorry, my nails are scratched. And so she's like, oh, it's still going on.
Yeah, and so then we went down the mountain.
Dan started feeling kind of sick.
Yeah, Dan got a little sick. We don't really.
I think it was the altitude. Like I think
Maybe.
we like went up and down and up and down, up and down all day, and I think he was just exhausted. Yeah. We also had like basically chicken cordon bleu for lunch, but steak. And even Sarah was like, you ate that? Yeah. And we were like, yeah.
So then I had been like talking about this place that had this milk that I remember from 16 years ago.
Well, Dan and Arnaud left.
Well, yeah, but we were supposed to get it with them, but we ran out of time. So I was like, damn it, I want to get my milk. So we went to...
So Robert took Dan and Arnaud to the airport.
Yeah, and then I realized we were only staying like 9 minutes away from the village that we were supposed to go to for the milk. And it's like this really, really picturesque medieval village.
It was really cute. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah, Santiana del Mar.
Sure.
And so...
in the monastery we went to were pieces of the cross, like Jesus' cross. Sidebar, I texted my dad a picture, and I was like, these pieces of wood were in the cross. And he said, what cross? And I was like, kind of the only one.
Yeah, and then...
Kind of the only one that matters.
But then we, like, were looking it up. Okay, I mean, of course...
No, but we looked it up, and it said, like, they carbon dated it.
No, the carbon dating was off.
No, it wasn't. That was the whole thing, is that, like, it actually wasn't off.
Okay,
it was wood from the area from that time. Or, like, a little...
We can agree to disagree on this.
Okay. The carbon dating said it was older than Jesus. But trees are old. So it could have been older than Jesus, but cut down in Jesus' time.
Or from there, but, like... Jerusalem was famous during that time to have like 500 crosses they were selling to these pilgrims that were coming to.
But it wasn't a cross; it was a piece of the cross. Yeah. Robert's being skeptical. I thought it was really cool that it like actually dated to the right time.
And so then we went to the village to go and find the milk, but like Sarah was kind of laughing about the milk, so I was like, "Well, we got to wait for Sarah because she was coming to pick us up." And so we went and like walked around the village. Sarah got there. We got the milk. The milk was great.
The milk was okay.
It was fantastic.
It wasn't like the best milk I've ever had.
It was kind of the best milk I've ever had.
It was okay. I didn't finish all my milk.
And serial killer. Got to be a serial killer joke in there somewhere with milk.
Sure.
And yeah, and then we went up and started the week at the cheese shop. And so we got there, we stayed in the cabin. We
got to play with the puppy.
With Nero.
And they have a cat, but the cat was...
Except the cat at the shop.
Pickles!
Pickles was like...
Pickles and I are best friends. Pickles, I was pulling weeds, and Pickles was like swatting at the cabbages or whatever. I was pulling beets maybe. And Pickles was like in my lap, like crawling all over me. And I was like BFFs with Pickles until he started like... his claws into my skin, and I was like, we're not doing this right now.
Those are my cabbages. Not my cabbages!
Not my cabbages! I was like, Pickles, listen.
If anyone has seen Avatar, the Last Airbender, the show.
You should also read my book, because I have a nod to that scene in my first book.
And should you do the stopping thing?
Oh, yeah. Give us a second, please. So we did, well, that was the weeds and Pickles was like
so
the
then
last
the
day.
first day with the cheese shop, we went down to go bottling.
I'm so good.
It was fun. Slight like deviation from the fun. Ellie got bit by a dog.
I did. A dog. A
you
giant.
Bruise?
I do.
Oh.
You can kind of see it here, and then like the scratch. Well,
it's kind of all gone now. Yeah.
It was really bad. It got like black. But this Weimaraner, there's 2 Weimaraners, a boy and a girl, and the boy Weimaraner was huge, and it brought me a lemon, and it handed me its lemon, and I was like, oh, a lemon. So I like threw it because I thought it wanted to play, and when I threw the lemon, it was like, why would you throw that? So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get it, and I made like a move like this, and it was having none of it. So it like jumped up and bit me, and I pulled my arm out of its mouth, which is why I had these scratches, and it bled a little. And then it grabbed me by the hair, and I was screaming for Robert, and Robert was like, I thought you were playing with it. And I was like, okay, well, I wasn't. I was scared for my life. So.
And then we went and fed the pigs, and the pigs were like the size of a car.
Yeah, that pig could eat me in like 2 bites. Like
Yeah.
I like didn't get close enough to even like really look it in the eye because it was freaking me out. Sarah was like, no, they were piglets like last year. I was like, well, then
No.
they were eaten. The piglets were eaten because these things were the biggest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. And
They
then
would have won a prize at the county fair.
Yeah, and then we bottled.
And then we bottled for like 4 hours.
LEB is a great bottler.
I was first on, there was 3 jobs. Pouring the kombucha into the bottling machine.
She started doing all of them.
Bottling them and then capping them, right? So Robert's on the capping, Sarah's on the pouring the kombucha, like moving it from the like fermenting thing into like the bottling machine. And I'm bottling it. I have 4 nozzles, right? So you're putting the bottles in, and you're pulling them out and handing them to Robert to bottle, to cap. And I had like 100 filled up. And Robert was like capping them to every like 7, 8 that I bottled, he was capping 1. I was cruising. And then I was like, we should trade jobs because I think filling them is faster than capping them. So I should cap and you should bottle because then I think it'd be equal. And he was like, yeah, great idea. And then I got on that capper, and let me tell you, even left-handed, like this way so that my wrist didn't hurt, I was caught up in like what?
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
I had the time of my life. I was like, Sarah, hire me. I will only bottle kombucha for like the rest of them. And then we were putting stickers on it and boxing them.
Yeah, the whole assembly line. It was great.
I was
and then,
built to be on an assembly line.
And then we went to the beach with Sarah.
Yep.
And we had like a really nice walk on the beach.
Cold.
No, the water, like, especially.
I watched Sarah play.
We went on to one side, and like then it was calm, like still water, and Sarah and I got in. But I was like, I really want to get in on the other side because it looks like the Carolina beaches, and so I wanted to go and like feel the waves breaking and everything. So I like ran into the water, and it was delightful, just delightful to have that feeling. Because LEB had gotten it, or she was about to get it when she went home. And so we like hung out at the beach for like 2 hours or something, just sitting down, and then we went back home. We got some more regma. Another ice cream.
Get some more regma.
Very good.
Great ice cream compared to
this
turkey.
one they gave us like 2 big scoops instead of the 1 scoop.
I mean, it was too much.
We also had a
like,
regma and potes when we were in Picos. That was
that's true. I love me some ice cream, chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, and then we went back up and
made pizza for dinner. Aitor made us pizza for dinner, and then the next day was cheese day.
Oh yeah, LEB got to make cheese.
I got to make cheese. Robert had to work, so it's like a big tub of whey, and then you drain it, and then you like scoop the curds. No way. Holy cheeses. Cheeses and crackers.
Cheese and Christ. Yeah.
It's cheese and rice is like Jesus Christ, but it's like cheeses and crackers. So we were like scooping it, and I made so many, and I was like very fast, obviously. I don't like how whey smells. She was like, it's just a little bit sweet, and I was like, nah, this is baby throw up.
I ate it though. I ate the like
curd.
Little like curd.
Like whey smells like baby spit up. Formula baby spit up, like a bit sweet.
It was cool. They got a whole operation.
And we got to try all their cheeses.
Learn about all the cheese.
And then we killed some flies. It's like on a dairy farm.
And then we had burgers.
And we had some I didn't have burgers.
Yeah, we had burgers.
Oh, we did have burgers. You're right. What do we have for dinner? We had another dinner. Oh, we ate at that place. But I don't know what night that was.
What place did you eat at?
We went up to that bar and had like a bunch of like little.
Oh
dishes.
Yeah, we went to Refugio. Yeah.
Yeah, we like did like we traveled through the mountains and stopped at an overlook.
It was really nice. Really nice.
That's I did a lot of gardening at their cheese shop, and that's where Pickles and I bonded.
And then LEB had to leave, and then I spent like some really great quality time with Sarah. It was like interesting because she's the oldest grandkid, and I guess technically I'm not the youngest because Carson, but it doesn't count because Carson's like in her family.
Brother, yeah.
So like on my side, I'm the youngest. So it was like really cool comparing notes of growing up and how like similar and different our views on like the same experience were. I really enjoyed that.
So they got some cute tea.
Yeah, we went to this really cool like hidden beach. We had a hike to, and we went swimming together there. And then it started raining, and we went to this, like she said, it was her favorite restaurant in all of Cantabria. And we like shared this just massive fish, and it was so good. And then it was quite funny because the next day I had to get back. We like went to go do some errands, and I had to get back up for a meeting. And the Wi-Fi at the house was down, so I had to do it up at the cheese shop. And they had like tour groups coming in, and I was like in the outdoor kitchen, like on my computer with my headphones in, with my sunglasses on, like not on video, but like on the call. And they were all walking by, and she was dying laughing about that. And then
you all saw that concert.
Yeah, and then we went and saw like one of her friends, and we played a great prank on him.
Big pranksters.
Big pranksters. Yeah, he was Alex. That was a good one. That was a good prank. And then I got to help Aitor cook for the people. I don't know if that's like breaking any rules or whatever, but I got to help cook, and it was awesome. I was the grill master that day.
Grill master.
Yeah, we were making pork chops and burgers and
greasy
vegetables and everything on the grill. And yeah, it just was like a really delightful, very delightful trip. Amazing one-on-one time with Sarah, and then I like got a lot of good one-on-one time with Aitor. Oh, we went to this like secret swimming hole that was awesome, and it had like a cliff you could jump off of and jump into the river. And the water was really cold, but super refreshing. Super refreshing. That I would say that was like, that time was probably one of the highlights. Was the swimming hole. I really enjoyed that. And then the last night we went to another concert of some of their friends that do like this fusion traditional with like techno music, like the guy who does the soundboard and stuff, and then they have like the traditional tambourine stuff. And in the cheese shop they had me play banjo with these traditional tambourine players. That was pretty funny. Like everyone was driving with that. And yeah, and then we went to bed at like 2:00 in the morning, and I had to catch the train, so we had to leave at 5:45 in the morning, and then I took a very long train. It was like 4 hours or something to
Madrid.
To some random city, and then I had to wait for 4.5 hours there, and then get on the next train, and then it was like, I don't know, like 4 hours again. So it was a long trip.
Robert had a long day. I had a long day. I'll obviously fill you in on my journey to America and stuff separately, separado, as they say in Espanol. But this past week, we obviously met back up in Alicante, so we're both here in Alicante now. I've had my first week of school. Didn't go to the first day of school because I was absolutely exhausted, and I got into Alicante proper at like 9:30 and went immediately to bed and woke back up at like 3.
Yeah, I went and got like we bought an inflatable kayak, so we're gonna go kayaking after this video.
Yes, we are. I'm gonna get my nails done first, and then we're gonna go kayaking, and it's our first weekend here, so I think we're just gonna try to vibe, kayak, beach it up, just kind of relax and get our bearings straight, as they say on their way to Alaska. Mm-hmm. And then school's gone really well for me so far. Please stop. Our apartment is nice, very open, lots of windows. Only an AC in our bedroom, which is fine. It's kind of air conditioning the whole space anyway. And I've gone to the beach almost every day, hence my gorgeously bronzed skin. And that's it from us for now. I'm going to do one just now, so you'll see me in the exact same outfit, Sin Robert, about Eliza's engagement weekend. So that's our time in Spain so far.
I'll come give you
I don't even hear
sense of
music.
drama.
Me neither, but I gotta go turn it off. It's on. Wait, I'll turn it
Okay.
off.
Does it work?
No, she wants you walking out.
No, she wants me to sit on that corner.
Stand on the front. Oh, I guess you have to sit, don't you?
I don't hear the music.
I know, she's gonna turn it off. It's time, it's time.
Is everyone gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Absolutely.
¿Sabes lo que me gusta de todo esto? Que son pesados porque el día que van, no sé, que algún día van,